What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Journey 27, where I'm going to be challenging myself with the Hoslow's Petal Whip. I'm going to try to complete this whole playthrough, all the storyline bosses, just using this whip. So, I don't have a lot of high expectations for it when I started out. However, it did surprise me a bit. So, sort of the reason I stumbled upon this is I'd watched a video where a YouTuber had explained that the whips were some of the best weapons in the game, and I thought, yeah, right, let me try this out. So anyways, after looking through my inventory, I chose the Hoslow's just because I can throw Bloodhound Step and put Bleed on it. So that's where I'm at. And of course, as in this playthrough, I'm actually going to just combine it all together, so all the storyline bosses will be just sort of in this video, and I've chaptered it and time stamped it, so if you want to skip ahead. But anyways, so for this is the build that I'm using, that I'm starting out with. So I got two Hoslows, both of them are plus 25, maxed out completely, as you can see. Bleed build on them, or bleed on them, with which takes it to 117. Of course, going to use the white mask for bleed, Raptor's chest piece for the jump attack, and then just finish off with the bull goats for the armor. And then I'm going to use the Rotten Winged Sword Insignia for successive attacks, the Claws Talismans for jump, and then the Blood Exaltation Talisman, of course, for bleed. And then this little guy, the Blue Dancer, and at my stats, this puts me at a light loadout. So I've got that really fast movement speed, and I thought that was pretty cool about this build because I'm using dual whips instead of a whip and a shield. So anyways, so I'm, of course, fighting the Grafted Scion, and I'm just going to stop talking. I will pick you guys back up at Godfrey, because I'll have to make some changes there. But up until then, I'm using the same loadout all the way through. So, anyways, I will see you guys in a bit.
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins.
giant.
So, coming up next will be Godfrey, the Golden Shade version, and of course he takes no bleed damage, he's just physical, so I'm going to swap the bleed off of these whips to a quality build, which maximizes my physical output. Don't need the white mask anymore since he doesn't bleed, so I'm just going to put the bull goat on. Of course that will negate my light loadout, so I'm going to have to change that up. And right here I just swapped out the blood exaltation, because again, he doesn't bleed. I think I went with the Dragon Crest and the +2 Erd Tree Talisman just to kind of beef up health and physical damage resistance. So, time to fight, and I'm going to stop talking and I will pick you guys back up at the Godskin Duo. So, sorry guys, I lied. Want to put in a quick comment just to mention you may want to beef up your armor and use the Flame Drake Talisman. As you'll see in this fight, it goes the distance almost, and it got kind of hairy. But anyways, I would definitely keep the bleed, because the fire giant is very susceptible to that. And I always like the jump attack enhancements, just because he's tailor-made for jump attacks. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking, and now I will pick you back up at the Godskin. So down goes the fire giant, and as you can see, he was kind of tough. I think if I would have made those talisman changes, it wouldn't have been as bad. Now here I'm in the Godskin Duo, and this is actually the first time I died using the whips, and I did not expect these guys giving me a problem. They never do. However, after dying several times and playing around with the talisman and armor, I eventually ended up at using the bull goat armor except for the white mask. I kept the bleed on the whips, right? So kept the white mask for bleed, and I kept the blood exaltation talisman for bleed, and the rotten sword insignia for the successive attacks. And I chose the dragon crest talisman to enhance my physical damage resistance, and I went with the Erd Tree +2 talisman, you know, to get the bump in health, stamina, and equipment load, which doesn't really matter. So I played around with the light loadout as best as I could, and with these two guys, did not work out. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking, I'm going to get to fighting, and I will pick you guys back up at Maliketh. So I finally killed those boogers, and now I'm on to Maliketh. Now, originally I thought Maliketh was going to be very much a problem with this loadout, so I stayed a little on the heavy side. Actually, I'm just swapping the white mask back out, but this is actually what I used against the Godskin Duo. But I could probably have played around a little bit with Maliketh, because I beat him the first time. He wasn't really a problem. So here I'm just spooling up everything, and I'm just going to run past the Draconic Knight here and fight the Beast Clergyman and Maliketh, and I will pick you guys back up at Godfrey, because we need to have a talk about Godfrey.
Destined death. I will not have it stolen from me again.
So I'm just going to start talking over Gideon because he doesn't really count. And the second matchup against Godfrey is coming up next, the Hoarah Loux version. And that fight was tough. I lost count how many times I tried to fight him. I switched up my armor and my talismans. I don't know how many times. I started out, you know, using what I originally did with the light loadout and then went heavy, but ended up going back to a light loadout and switching the whips up to poison. Now, I was planning on doing this with Radagon, and so pretty much the same loadout, except I used the Millennia helmet. I'm not sure what that's called. Everything else is the same as far as armor, and then as far as talismans, everything's the same. I kept the claw talisman, kept the sword insignia, swapped out for the Rot's exaltation because I'm using poison, and I kept the blue dancer. So once I switched to this loadout, I believe it was the first attempt I killed, was able to kill him. May have been the second, I'm not sure. But as soon as I stumbled onto this, he was done. So yeah, out of all the bosses in playthrough 27, this guy was by far the hardest. Just about made me give up on using the whips, but finally was able to get it figured out, make the right adjustments, and overcome this dude. So, gonna stop talking so you can watch this fight, and I'll pick you guys back up at Radagon. And down goes our Loux. And I just wanted to say, if you have any questions about that fight, because I kind of breezed over it, shoot me a question down in the comments. I'll be sure to get back with you. So anyways, we're going into Radagon, and took 2 times to beat Radagon in the Elden Beast. And the only reason is I had to swap out this blue dancer for the Haligtree, I believe, or yeah, Haligdrake talisman. It's one I always forget to swap out at this fight, but for some reason it is like my good luck charm. And basically what that does is it boosts your holy damage resistance. So of course, you know, the Elden Beast puts out a lot of the holy damage. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking and let you enjoy these 2 final fights coming up. And I will catch you guys here in just a bit. And down goes the Elden Beast, the final boss in this playthrough. So the whips are able to eliminate all bosses. And my final thoughts, I guess, on the whips is they actually did a lot better than what I thought they were going to do. I didn't think I was going to be able to beat all the bosses in this playthrough. And one thing that I did like about them, which I didn't include any NPC fights, but they do really well against the NPCs just because you can do like a straight jump up L1 attack, and it kind of stuns the enemy if they're charging you, and then you can follow up with successive strikes. You can't really, it didn't showcase it in the boss fights just because they have so much poise, but anyways, just wanted to mention that. So that's going to wrap up this video. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me some love, maybe that sub. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.